come in the Z axis? Have you done it? So you're
high-rise building, especially in Malaysia, we have KL Twin Towers. We have coming soon another 101 Towers, for example. Right? And I might answer your question.
Yeah, let's raise it.
Right, thank you.
And that's something.
Thank you, Ina, for this opportunity given to Malaysia to share our experience in managing emergency response services. This presentation will provide an overview of the migration to the next generation MERS 999, also known as NG MERS 999. This critical initiative by the nation government to modernize and significantly improve our emergency response capabilities. I will talk about the evolution of MERS 999 and the role and responsibility of Ministry of Communications Malaysia, and also about the development of NG MERS 999, and after that my friend will continue the presentation. This is our first initiative. In Malaysia, we only have one number for emergency services. It's 999. And it's comprised of 5 emergency agencies. The key agencies is Royal Malaysian Police for law enforcement emergencies, the Ministry of Health Malaysia for medical emergencies, the Fire and Rescue Department of Malaysia for fire and rescue incidents, the Malaysia Civil Defence Force for civil defence and disaster relief, the Malaysia Maritime Enforcement Agency for maritime emergencies is like Coast Guard. And MERS 999 was designed as integrated system to consolidate emergency agencies, 5 of them, onto a single ICT platform. This was a crucial step in streamlining emergency communication by using the single easy to remember number 999. As I mentioned earlier, before this we have a different number for our emergency agencies, and Government of Malaysia take very bold decision because when we consolidate all the system, we can cut a lot of costs, OPEX and also the CAPEX. This is our journey, become the one number in Malaysia. Before this, we have 994 for fire and rescue, 991 for medical, and 999 for police. And we begin the MERS 999, consolidate all the numbers, become one number for one country. And in 2007, after that, we commissioned it in 2009 in the central region, and this phase approach allow for careful implementation and refine to the system, and we roll out all over the country. This is a stakeholder in our MERS and NG 999 structure. We have a steering committee chaired by the Secretary General of Ministry of Communication, and we have an operation committee chaired by Deputy Secretary General and working committee chaired by me. And the federal agency that involves, we have 6 federal agency: National Security Council, Ministry of Economy, National Digital Department, Ministry of Finance, and Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission, and KMC as our regulator. And as I mentioned earlier, 5 emergency agencies, and we have network provider, TM Tech, and also other telcos is involved in this project. And the main component, our stakeholder, is public to using this system. This is what we achieved from 2007 until now. The slide highlights some of the significant achievement of the MERS 999 system, demonstrating its success and the foundation it provides for NG MERS 999. One of the key achievements is uniformity. The consolidation of all emergency numbers to a single number 999 has created a much simpler and more efficient system for the public. This is supported by a common system, standardized work processes, and a uniform training syllabus for emergency personnel. MERS 999 also implemented Golden Gate real-time database synchronization across 3 data centers. This was a pioneering effort in Malaysia and ensure high availability and reliability of the system. The development of the SaveMe 999 apps, we have apps for emergency services, is another notable achievement, providing special tools to assist people with disabilities in contacting emergency services and also can be used by general public. Significant investment has been made in human capital development, with training provided to over 10,000 personnel in emergency agencies since 2008. This emphasizes the importance of skilled and well-trained personnel in delivering effective emergency services. The MERS 999 system also received recognition and accreditation from world-class emergency organizations, specifically the International Academies of Emergency Dispatch (IAED) and the European Numbers Association (ENA). This international recognition underscores the quality and standard of the system. Finally, the system has implemented systematically management of silent call and prank calls, which are common challenges in emergency call centers. This is the role and responsibility of our ministry. We have MCMC as our regulator, looking at compliance monitoring in relation to Communication and Multimedia Act 1998 for emergency services through Nation Communication and Multimedia Commission. As I mentioned earlier, we have the specific section in our act about the emergency services, and also we ensure this SOP for all emergency services is accordance with the MERS or NG 999 standard operating procedure, and also to ensure the MERS system in the good condition. Until now, from 2007 until now, we don't have any problem with our system, any breakdown, and we are happy about it. And also, we have a system to receive and investigate public complaints on MERS 999, and we store all the communication in our database from 2007 until now. And also, we are conducting the asset audit on 999 emergency response centers and emergency dispatch centers. Although our asset is no longer can be upgraded, is end of life, end of support, but the system is still going until we launch our NG 999, I think on the 1st of August this year. This is a transformation towards the next generation MERS 999. As I mentioned, before this we only take call and apps, but after this in NG 999 we diversify access to information channels from the public to 999 RC, compatible with technology and current lifestyle, like they can send video calls, text, picture, we can receive alarm sensors, also for call and other technology that will emerge before this. Also, we provide a more effective integrated communication platform and support resource sharing between emergency agencies. We have a regular meeting with 5 of the agencies, and they have the same standard operating procedure among all the agencies. And we also have the 999 RC modular requirement for mobile emergency agencies control center to deal with disaster situation, because before this we have the problem with congested call to our RC, and we at the time of the COVID we create one, we call it MECC, a special one to receive the call from COVID case only. Then we release our PEO to receive other call from all around the country. Also, to increase the situational awareness to enable emergency agencies to make more accurate decision based on big data is supported by AI, and they can have a dashboard reporting of the response time and others. Also, the comprehensive performance monitoring end-to-end and improvement of emergency agencies response time, because in Malaysia we have the KPIs for the agency to attend the case. For example, for fire and rescue, I think the response times is around 15 to 16 minutes after they receive the call card from our RC. And their performance will be evaluated at the end of the year, whether they achieve their KPI or not. Okay, this is our architecture for NG Next Generation MERS 999. As I mentioned earlier, we can receive the push voice call, not only the voice call, but we are taking new apps for emergency services. I think later we have a little bit view about the apps. And our NG999 also receive from information from IoT. We call, and right now, using the old system, we also have a case that we attend people using the smartwatch, Apple Watch, and we receive that information, and our emergency agencies can respond to that case. And after that, our communication from RC is only one-way communication to the agencies. Is no double, only a single call taking. We are not transferring the call from RC to the agencies. They only receive a call card. And we also have responder apps. We have apps for general public, and we have apps for emergency agencies. We call it responder apps. Okay, this is a difference between MERS and NG. The location is doubled up from 406 to 850, and I think is continue to there is a new location after this, when there is new hospital, new fire station, and they will add up to the new location. Okay, this is our look and feel, our apps, and they must register officially to use these apps. If they are not registered, they can't use this app. Okay, this is I think in the development process, the features that will be in our apps. Okay, for location we are using LM and Ali, using telco cooperation with telco, and we have the industry task force for finalizing ANI and Ali. Okay, this is for responder apps. The call card is like that, and they will have the historical data in their apps. Okay, I think this example, and we are finalizing the look and feel in our apps. And from this responder apps, they can call back the caller, but caller can't call the using this number. Only from the responder apps they can call the caller. It's only one-way communication. But from time to time they can refresh and adding additional information in the call card. These are the mobile command post that I mentioned earlier. We will set up it at any disaster area, and all the call will go to this, not the RC. If the RC get the call, they will transfer it to this mobile command post. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
It's 57 seconds. All right. So really quick for this. Thank you, Mr. Kamoli.
You can use the questions as well.
Sure, that's right. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. My name is Azhar from Malaysia. Currently, I'm attached to Telekom Malaysia for almost 30 years. So 10 years in public safety and emergency. A quick one. Yeah. So how we move forward, as what Mr. Dean has been mentioned just now, right? So we require a very good communication, good collaboration between the government and the private sector. Commerce, for example, right? So we had just signed a contract with the government of Malaysia on the 1st of July 2024. Sorry about that, right? So our role is we act as a developer for these NG Merchant projects, and as well we are the operator for NG Merchant call center, and you also the maintainer for the NG Merchant system. So as Mr. Dean mentioned just now, the Ministry of Communication role, they are administering, they manage the NG Merchant contract, and as well as to monitor and implement the projects. All right. Going very quick. So how are we revolutionizing emergency services within Malaysia NG Merchant technologies? So what we have now is, for example, the caller. What we learned from the past 20 years, right, is a lot of limitation that we have. So what we do is for NG Merchant 9, what are we going to prepare for the public, for example, is we do have mobile apps. For example, we allow video calls, photos, IoT devices, for example. You're talking about the smartwatches or that. Then we also have SMS, and not forgetting the voice call as well. So there are few components that comprises our system. So we have a critical communication system. We have computer-aided dispatch. I think all of you know about this. Geolocation detection is on the to make sure that the accuracy of where the callers are, for example, right? We have ANI and Ali, we're using it, and a part of that we're using AML, Advanced Mobile Location, where we work together with Google and Apple. And then we also have business intelligence and analytics. It's very important whereby we keep all those information, and for that, then from there we process it. This is where we have the AI capability of it. Then it's very important for Malaysia if they implement the cybersecurity management as well. And and also API management SMS gateway. API management meaning to say that we have various a lot of apps from other ministries. So whatever they want to communicate and integrate, so there will be API management for that. So our KPI, for new KPI, is 95% of calls are answered within 8 second rings. I'm not sure whether others could do as better as this. And 100 calls is answered within 15 seconds, which is 6 rings. So on the right side, we have a mobile command post. We also able to do the responsive apps. We are developing it now. Which is talking about the vehicle tracking. We know where the ambulance are. We know where is the police patrol car. Where are they, for example? This is what the thing we are using for responsive apps, right? And then the critical call, I go this very quick. And then we have altogether 825 sites nationwide. And the technologies that we use for geolocation detection is Onion and ARIA, as I mentioned just now. So we are talking look at the right side, right? So we can go as nearest as 10 to 15 meters to know where the locations are, for example. And there are a lot of high-rise buildings in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia, right? So when we use AML, we know where exactly they are, so the ambulance service they can come exactly where they will call us up, right? And then this is to detail out the one I mentioned just now. We have put together websites, right? They have been using it. So for your information, this is a multi-technologies I've been using. What we did is we did for procurement engineering. We did requests for certain partners from INA, for example. We use who's is in INA to get who will be capable to work and to develop this, right? And it's up to the partners to select whether they want a partner from the local. Okay, I have no time. Okay.
It's okay.
So you can read the comparison between the current version 9 and the future NG version 9 coming soon. And there are a lot of difference. What I want to emphasize is regarding the call management model. For example, is previously when we receive the call, we will do the filtering. I mean, before we send it over to the police or to the ambulance, right? And they will ask the question again. So the new one is going to be a single call handling. Everything will be done at the response center. Then we'll do just the police and the ambulance will just do the dispatching. So there's no more. We're talking about life, for saving life, right? This is very important, right? And then other than that, then a new one, feedback management, all right? There are a lot of complaints from the users, for example, from the public, right? Before this, they can write in the newspaper or that. But with the new NG MERS 999, we are going to introduce a website where they can go in and then they can complain from there. All right. This is the way they can show that whether they like the system or they don't like the system at all. Right. Okay. In summary, all right. It is a strategic project between Telecom Malaysia and Ministry of Communication, right? So it is not easy task to have one number for the 5 agencies currently, because remember each of these agencies they have their own SOP. So we have been developing and creating it for many years, and to make sure that the police they are talking to the ambulance is talking to the civil defense will be talking to a lot of things to be done. If you want to know further about this, maybe you can have a visit to Malaysia, to our response center, right? Just communicate and get approval from Mr. Dean here. I think that's all from my presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.